Today topic is nanoparticles in medical applications. So the nanoparticles in medical applications. We already seen in the introduction of nanoparticles and using dendrimers how the nanoparticles has been used in applying medicines to tissues and how DNA reconfigurations are done. Like that, so many topics we have seen. In particular, if we see with the industry applications, nanoparticles find so many applications. So see, first we will see what is nanomedicine and the nanoparticle applications with the drug delivery, reduction and imaging, and then nanotechnology concerns we will see. So nanomedicine, nanotechnology whenever applied for medical usage, it will become medical usage, or for medical treatments it will be called as nanomedicine. New breakthroughs in medicine are there. There is with advanced biomedical research tools, labels to experiments, study of DNA and its component genes, diagnostic tests in bone implants, etc. In drug delivery methods, a system that deliver drugs to specific sites has been there. For example, the sample methods are smart drug delivery, nanocomposite hydrogel systems, magnetic nanoparticles. We know smart drugs means the drug will be applied over one particular tissue or one particular region of the body by using nano robots. And nanocomposite hydrogel systems, the hydrogels has been reinforced with the composites and it has been applied to the infected area. Like that, magnetic nanoparticles is also there. Then here, whenever an antibody with a toxin has been applied, immunotoxin, that is antibody plus toxin produces immunotoxin. This will be immunotoxin will be created. So that is usually in smart drugs. So it attacks specific antigens, immunotoxins that are protein in nature, and it consists of antibody part and toxic part. Both will be there. So the process will be like immunotoxin reaches a cell and the antibody part attached to the protein on cell membrane. Then the immunotoxin enters cell to endocytosis and toxin destroys the cell. This is the smart drug delivery system. And the nanocomposite hydrogel system uses thermotherapeutic process. It releases drugs that are encapsulated on heating. Gold nanoshells or nanoparticles can be used. Ideal wavelengths of light or infrared, that is 800 to 1200 nanometer. We of course see in hospitals the infrared treatments. Then magnetic nanoparticles. Drugs are bound to magnetic nanoparticles. It carries drugs to malignant sites with magnetic fields. It releases the drugs by enzymatic activity. So the magnetic nanoparticle has been moved from outer region to one particular malignant site by using magnetic field here. That's demonstrated over this picture. So magnetic nanoparticle, how the magnetic nanoparticle is dispersed. Then disease detection. So nanoparticles are used in disease detection also. Mainly it is used for cancer or virus detections by using carbon nanotube, gold nanoparticle or nanodots, nanowires. Gene detection is also possible with a silicon nanowires. So it's the visualization, the real-time photography has been given over here, which is taken from MedNews. Then cancer virus detection. So using carbon nanotubes, how this cancer and virus detection has been done? It is covered with monoclonal antibodies. Antibodies for growth factor receptor commonly found in cancer cells. So the current increases is measured whenever it reaches the monoclonal antibodies present over there. Then silicon nanowires. It is similar to nanotubes. The antibodies are attached to the wire. Current changes are measured to detect the cancer cell. It can be applied to cancer cells as well as in viruses. Then gold nanoparticle and nanodots. This is also a similar application for virus or cancer detection. Antibodies are attached to nanoparticle. Nanoparticle antibodies bind to cancer cells. Colors reflected when light hits particles. Shape and size affect the colors. So this has been used for the detection. Then gene detection. For gene detection, we use silicon nanowire. It can detect specific genes. Nucleic acids are attached to nanowires. Specific sequences can be created. Sensors capable of differentiating mutated and non-mutated genes has been detected. PCR not needed. The detection is time covered, and so no clocking is need to be loaded there. So this is with the gene detection. Then imaging techniques. The conventional imaging techniques what we are seeing in hospitals are X-ray, MRI, fluoroscopy and CAT scans. The limitations are it gives a limited detail only. So every technique use gives limited details. It is difficult to track the movements present over there. For example, the lung cancer has been given over here. We can't take the lung picture, cancerous tumor present within the lungs because bones are there. So for this we have to use molecular tracking using nanotech. So with the nanotech we can do molecular tracking using quantum dots as labels. So the dots attached to molecules before injection. Fluoroscopy is used to track the movement. Colors from dots seen and imaged for this purpose. So the color will change whenever it reacts with the cancer cells or tumor cells present over there. Then imaging applications, tracking blood flow and cancer imaging. Tracking blood flow. Tag proteins of cells with gold nanoparticles. Because in blood flow we are having proteins, so many particles are there. So in that the proteins are tagged. So the view processes of angiogenesis is also there. It is important for cancer detection and imaging. And in cancer imaging, injection of gold nanoparticles has been used. Its localization around tumors has been done. So CT scan shows cancerous regions with these gold particles, the color change. Already we have studied how gold nanoparticles give colored images whenever it is having increased intensity or lower density or reacting with other, because gold nanoparticles are having special optical characteristics. This has been used in imaging applications of tissues. Then the possible concerns are negative biological side effects, where toxicity of quantum nanodots and effects on living organism are not well known, and so we have to concern over any biological side effect. And gold nanoparticles have been used, and so it is hopefully safer only, because these are biologically inert and won't interact with other chemicals. So only everyone we are wearing gold ornaments which cannot react with chemicals. Thank you.